welcome to Beyond Books. My name is Christina Salvatore, the Communications Coordinator here at the library. And I'm so happy you're joining us for this episode because I have a special guest, Rebecca Steiner, Director of Programs from the Holocaust Memorial Center. Hi, Rebecca, welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining me today. And I'm so excited because we have a fabulous program coming up September 18th from 6:30 to 8:30 p.m. that you will be there for, and you're kind of leading the whole program. And it's a Holocaust program. And if you want, do you want to elaborate a little more on it?
Sure. This program centers around Anne Frank and Anne Frank's diary. Anne Frank's diary is, of course, the most widely read Holocaust memoir there is, period. It's also a great way to get kids introduced to the concept of the Holocaust, of World War II, and of, in general, anti-Semitism and some very negative themes. But it's a great way to introduce these in a positive way, in an age-appropriate way.
That's great, yeah. I mean, I remember reading the book when I was in 5th grade, and it just displays, the issues that her and her family faced every day, the courage they had, what they had to go through. So it's a book that everyone should read. And I know that night you'll be doing a lot of, an activity, you'll be doing a lot of things like that. Yeah. What will be the plan for the night?
Well, we have a couple things going on. We will have a Holocaust survivor here.
Okay.
And that survivor will present his or her story. And that portion of the program, we invite everyone to attend. It will be absolutely appropriate for kids, probably 3rd grade and up. And their parents are welcome to attend, other members of the community. The other part of the project is really designed for teens and tweens, and it is what we call the Anne Frank Door Project. So Anne Frank and the other people in hiding, there were 8 people, they were protected, they were isolated by a door that cut them off from the rest of the building. And that door had enormous symbolism for Anne and for the people who were in hiding. So we ask students to think about what their door would be. If you had a door, what would it look like? What would it open to? What would you see? What are your dreams?
Yeah. And I think you brought a couple to
Yes.
share today.
Right. So this is actually a complete door.
Wow.
And it was painted by a student at camp.
Okay.
And so her door opens up to a picture of her, and the quote says, "Be happy, never give up."
I love that quote.
Absolutely. Another one of these doors, and this one is my favorite, this was painted by camp staff, actually. It opens to the quote, "See daylight where others see nothing."
Wow. Really inspirational.
Sure. And so there's freedom for the participants to create what door they see in their mind and what door calls to them. So they get a picture of themselves, and it is mounted behind the plexiglass. So really, when the door is complete, when the door is assembled onto the frame, they have their quote, they have their picture, and there's a hole drilled at the top, so they can hang it in their window.
Yeah.
They can display it for years to come.
Wow. And I think this is the perfect age for them to learn about this and read the book and see what this family went through and
Right.
what Anne Frank went through and just the courage they had.
Oakland County curriculum tends to encourage students to read the Diary of Anne Frank in 7th and 8th grade. And so it's a good preparation for those who have not yet read the diary, but it's also a good reflection for those who have read the diary.
And they get a copy of the book when they complete the door, is that correct?
Right.
Okay.
So at the program, the door is painted. Obviously, paint takes a little while to dry. So what we do is we take the painted doors back to the museum and we assemble them. We put on the doorknob, we glue them onto the plexiglass, we put the pictures on. But the door and a packet, I'll call it a packet, is mailed to the student, the participant. And let me show you a little bit about what the packet is.
Okay.
So in addition to the door that they created, it contains the definitive edition of the Diary of Anne Frank. So this is the unedited Diary of Anne Frank. Anne's father did some significant revision when he first released the diary for publication.
Yeah.
So this is the one that has what her actual words were. It also contains this booklet called My Journal, inspired by Anne Frank. And what this does is it connects with the diary by asking students, write your name and then start to reflect on what these questions are. One of the questions is related, Anne named her diary Kitty. What would you name your journal and why would you call it that? And so students can write on the blank inside pages about what their thoughts are on their diary and
it gives them an opportunity to express their feelings, which is great.
Right.
Writing.
And
what
just
better
to
way
get
through writing?
writing.
Yeah, just to start writing.
So the next piece is also for the student. This is what we call the Anne Frank curriculum. It's sometimes used in school, sometimes not, but this asks clarifying questions about the book. So here's a diagram of the annex where Anne and her family were in hiding. And the question is, can you imagine staying in such a space for so long? You know, how do you assimilate the lessons in the diary? The final piece of the packet is for parents. We know parents are very busy. Many of them are working. Many of them have full lives. And so this is a very small 8-page down and dirty booklet that helps parents ask questions and relate to their students' experience in reading without actually reading the diary.
Okay. Wow, so they got a lot of pamphlets and everything in that package. That's great.
Best thing, it's mailed home to the student. So kids love getting mail.
Yeah.
I looked forward
I did too.
to getting mail every day. It comes in a USPS flat rate box, but it's addressed to the participant.
Okay,
They
and they
get
get
to
the door
open it
and everything in there.
and
wow,
just
that's great.
explore that packet.
And like I said, what a better time at this age to learn about what they had to go through and the courage they had. So
Absolutely.
that's wonderful. What a great program. Looking forward to it. So
Thank you very much.
Yeah, they can register on our website, novilibrary.org, or call the library. There's space available. So we're looking forward to having you guys on September 18th.
Thank you very much.
So thank you for joining me today, and I will see you then.
All right.
Thank you. You're watching Beyond Books.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Hi, my name is Christina Salvatore, the Communications Coordinator at the Novi Public Library. I'm so happy you're joining me today because I have a special guest, Farm Manager from Tollgate Farms in Novi, Roy Prentice. Hi, Roy, welcome.
Thanks, Christina.
Thank
I'm
you
happy
for
to be here.
joining me today. I know you're busy out at the farm there, so I appreciate you taking some time out of your day and coming to talk to me. We have some exciting things coming up.
Yep, we sure do.
Motor City Markers.
The Motor City Markers, yeah. And so in addition to being the farm manager out at the Michigan State University Tollgate Education Center, I was a longtime member of the Novi Historical Commission, and that commission has been working on a project for many years, the Motor City Marker Project. So it's very exciting that that's finally coming together. It's a project that is really kind of overseen by the National Park Service, so it's wider than Novi. There are markers throughout Michigan, and it's part of a Motor Cities National Heritage Area.
Okay.
And so Novi's markers, and there's going to be 8 in Novi, and they commemorate various aspects of transportation and how transportation have affected our community.
Okay.
So, it's really an exciting project to sort of bring aspects of Novi's history to light, because as I move through the community, I occasionally will hear that people don't really know that there is a history to Novi, and there is.
There
it's
is,
a very
yeah,
rich,
there's a lot
rich
of history.
Yeah. So the community's really been here since the early 1800s and started out as an agriculture community, and then businesses came in, and and it all led to where we are today. So it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of people, me included, there's so much history in Novi, so it's hard to learn everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we're fortunate to have, the Historical Commission, the local history room at the library, so to teach people about all the wonderful history here in Novi. And I know the markers, there'll be, like you said, 8 places. They'll people walk in. I know one will be here at the library.
That's correct. And so, one of the pieces that people, if they know much about Novi's history, one of the pieces they often know is that Novi had a race car that raced for over 20 years at the Indianapolis 500 called the Novi Special.
Yep, which is downstairs.
Which is
in the youth
downstairs here in the
department.
library, yep. And so there's going to be a marker commemorating that race car in front of the library so that folks can see that, they can learn about the history, and then come in and see the actual car. And the car you have here is the last Novi Special race car that exists.
And it's really cool. I encourage everyone to come check it out because it is something to see that's a huge part of Novi. So, and to unveil all of these markers, I know on September 5th at 6 p.m. at Pavilion Shore Park, we encourage everyone to come out and join us in the celebration when we unveil all the markers and just get to see the history of Novi.
That's right, and the markers, there's 8 of them. They're distributed throughout Novi, but 3 of them are going to be at the Pavilion Shore Park because there were 3 very vibrant pieces of our history. Novi extends up to the shores of Walled Lake, and so
it goes farther than
it goes farther.
I know. I'll be driving, and I'm like, I'm still Novi. It goes farther than we realize. You know, so.
And I think another thing that folks living in Novi now don't realize often is that there was a huge recreational focus on the south shore of Walled Lake. There was a dance pavilion. There was a lot of beachside activities with a long pier that went out in the water and speedboats you could rent. There was an amusement park there, and all of those activities are talked about in these markers that we're placing there. So,
and if people want to go around the community, we do have tours available. I know there's one on September 3rd, I believe, and October 11th, Saturday at 11 a.m. They're an hour-and-a-half tours to go around and see all the markers, which is great. So I encourage people to sign up for that, which they can sign up on the library's website or just call. But we're really trying to get this history out to the community to let them know what has gone on. So
yeah, it's just another way of helping people get connected to their community.
It is,
and just understand. A lot of folks in Novi maybe haven't been here a whole long time, and so it's a way that we can bring them in and make them feel welcome.
Yeah,
and let everybody know what Novi's all about.
I know, and even on our website, there's always something. The library's website, we have the history on there, so it's great to learn about everything. So well, we're excited. We appreciate you and partnering with you. You guys do a lot, so we appreciate everything that you're doing. Anything else you need to add about?
No, it's all. There is going to be a link to all of the Motor Cities markers, and I think currently there's about 200 across the state in Flint and other places at the Motor Cities website. So that would be motorcities.org. And then there'll be a link, I'm sure, on the library's website to get to that, too, at some point.
Yes, there will be. Yeah. So that's great. We're excited. We appreciate everything you guys are doing. It's a team effort.
It is. Absolutely. So, really appreciate all the support of the library over the years.
Well, thank
you. It's really been a wonderful partnership.
Thank you. Well, I'm sure I'll see you again soon. I appreciate you talking to me today about this wonderful history and that we're doing. So
thanks for the opportunity, Christina.
Thank you. Thank you. You're watching Beyond Books.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
Hi, you're watching Beyond Books. My name is Christina Salvatore, the Communications Coordinator at the Novi Public Library. And I'm here with Assistant Director of the Novi Library, Margie Karp-Oper. Hi, Margie.
Hi, Christina.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Always great to be here with you.
It is. Thank you. So you have a big program coming up.
I do.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm actually going on the road.
You are going. The Motor Coach Deluxe Transportation is taking you guys.
In honor of cruising. But Kathy Crawford and myself do trips periodically. We've been doing this for about 2 years now.
Yep.
This will be our 4th on the road.
Oh my gosh.
So, yep, we plan an activity that's historical, cultural, enriching, engaging, fun. Got to have that fun in there. And we go to places that we think our community is not aware of. So special highlights. And this trip is going into Detroit.
Okay, great.
So we're starting at a place on East Jefferson called the Players Club. It's a Michigan historic site, a beautiful, beautiful building, and the president of the Players Club will give us a tour. It's really a men's social club, but they also produce plays, like 2 or 3 a year. So while we will be there on Tuesday, October 14th, they will actually be rehearsing a play, so we'll be able to see the makeup room and a little bit about that, and meet some of the players for their production that they're working on.
So a behind the scenes look.
Exactly, and it is a phenomenal building with a beautiful theater with wood carvings and lots of Art Deco pieces in there.
Very nice.
So we'll do that.
So I know you're going somewhere else though that day, aren't you?
Exactly.
Okay.
So we'll then go to Cliff Bell's,
Wow.
which is another historic building and site in Detroit, built by Albert Kahn. And so we'll have lunch there. And then we're having a little mini music concert. We're bringing in a songwriter and a musician to entertain us.
Very nice.
Then we're getting back on the bus.
You guys are going to be
I
busy.
know. Everyone should get a good night's rest, maybe a week worth.
Because you're leaving at 8:45 a.m.
Right.
from the Novi Civic Center.
Correct.
Okay, so that's
Correct.
early, but it'll be fun.
And we have the former president of Preservation Detroit joining us for the day. So she will, while we are on the bus, point out all these highlights and unknown things about Detroit for many of us who perhaps were born there or grew up in Detroit but haven't been back for a while.
Wow.
So we'll spend 2 hours after the lunch and the music concert touring around. We've got some great ideas of places we want to go, from where famous people live to perhaps even going to the house, the Rehab Attic, you know, that TV show that Nicole Curtis does.
Yep.
Trying to get to see her house.
Wow. And this going down there will probably even give you more ideas for the next on the road trip. There's so much to see in Detroit.
Absolutely.
Because I know you've been to the DIA, you've been to the Capitol in Lansing, so you guys do a lot of cultural, historic, you know, enriching activities.
Right.
So
And everyone has been different. The last one was to Rochester, to Meadowbrook, to that mansion, and to see a play. So we try to do things that people have thought of doing, but
Never
for
did.
whatever reason can't get there, you know, or just need a little motivation to join us.
So how, what is the cost and how can they register?
The cost is $89.
Okay.
And all of the proceeds come back to the library for programming.
Okay.
So that's one thing, $89 for that. Just call the administration office. Do you know that number?
Yes, 248-869-7204.
Okay, so just call. We do have a form that they need to fill out with their payment.
Okay.
And the administration office will take care of everything.
Great. And I think, how many can, what's is it
53 is my cap.
53, okay.
And they're going fast,
They
so
are.
call immediately.
Seriously, sign up now, you know? Okay, because no refunds after September 14th.
Correct.
So yeah, sign up
Right.
now and get your spot in the bus.
Right.
For this day.
Exactly, exactly.
Wow.
It's a lot of fun.
Oh, I know. I've heard stories from before, from last time, a lot of laughs, the pictures.
Right.
It's going to be great.
Right.
So, and we have this board back here that we made. I'm trying to think of anything else that, Novi Civic Center, 845, that's where you're leaving
real
from.
easy. We
Okay.
do all the work and the preparation. All you have to do is be there on time and enjoy the day.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Good.
So-
Hope for sunshine.
Yes, I know. Anything else?
No, that sounds
I think we covered everything.
Perfect, yep.
Okay, great. So I'll see you on October 14th.
You got it. Make sure you call for reservation.
I will. 248-869-7204.
Thank you,
All right.
Christina.
Thank you. Have a
Okay,
good day.
You as well.
Thank you. You're watching Beyond Books.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year? The answer, 3 out of 4.
75%?
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Hi, you're watching Beyond Books. My name is Christina Salvatore, the Communications Coordinator at the Novi Public Library. And I'm here with Kathy Much, Program Coordinator of, Program Series Coordinator, I should say, of the Friends of the Novi Library. You handle the Kaleidoscope Lecture Series. Hi, Kathy.
Hi.
Thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
How have you been?
Great, thank
Busy,
you.
right?
Busy, yes.
Always busy. So you have a lot of good programs coming up this fall, and one I think you want to talk about is on September 23rd from 7 to
8:30.
8:30. Yes, I had to look at my calendar here. So many programs and so many dates. 7 to 8:30. What program will you be doing?
Okay, we're very excited because in September, our first program to kick off the series for the year will be Mary Brady. Mary Brady is not only a master chef and co-owner of Diamond Jim Brady's restaurant in the town center area, but she's also an executive chef.
Okay.
Executive chef means that she's also operating the business of the restaurant besides being a master chef and knowing her way around a kitchen, a restaurant kitchen. But Mary's going to give us a behind-the-scenes look at what that business is like for a fine dining restaurant. And she also will touch on what does she look for in fine dining when perhaps she's in another restaurant. I think it's going to be really exciting. Mary's been in business here for a long time. She's taught in the culinary arts program in the area, and it is a very likable person. People really, I think, are going to have a great time seeing Mary Brady.
So will she be cooking at the program, or she'll just be talking about how the restaurant business is run?
Well, we're in the library, so we're not in a kitchen.
Right.
So we may have
Or I shouldn't say cooking. I should probably bring samples, or no, I wasn't sure if...
Right. We'll have some surprises, but we want people to come and see what we have planned.
Yeah. That's great. Me personally, I love, I love food, but who doesn't? I love, programs that are geared towards that, because it gives, the community an insight what to look for when they go to restaurants, and what is on the menu and what type of things are offered. So, it'll be a great program.
Well, the challenge with the Kaleidoscope series is coming up with ideas for programs that people will find informative but also entertaining. And so we've had a wide range of programs, and this fall we have 3. We start with Mary Brady, and then we have Detective Sergeant Sarah Krebs with the Michigan State Police, who is a forensic artist.
Okay.
And the program that she'll be doing for us is focused on identifying remains, for example. The process they go through when you only have skeletal remains. How do you determine what that person might have looked like, so it can help you identify that person? She also works with the National Missing Persons Organization.
Wow.
And she, not to be too morbid about it, but also showing how forensic art is more than just the wanted posters. It includes...
It goes deeper than that.
Yes, and into 3D modeling of features and all that sort of thing. And interestingly enough, her father had that same job when she was first hired by the state police.
Really?
They were the only 2.
Wow.
And she works out of Detroit and has been in the news, was in the news quite a bit in 2013 with very successful efforts on her part. And then finally, for the fall, we have Romy Miner coming, who is archivist at the Burton Collection, Detroit Public Library.
Okay.
And he will be, he's written a book that he'll also talk about the history of the Detroit Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Oh my gosh, that's one thing I love about these lecture series is they're all different.
Yes.
And they give our patrons an insight about different things, which is great. So it's always something new.
And it's never just a straight lecture. You
Right.
don't feel like you're in a
It's
classroom.
very engaging.
It's informative without being, that staid. It's sometimes we have performance. Sometimes we have demonstrations.
Okay.
Sometimes we have hands-on activities.
That's
so
great.
You don't have to be a member of the Friends, but we'd love you to join.
Yeah, we encourage everyone to come to the library and go to these programs, because they can learn a lot. They're very educational.
Right, and come and meet our new president. We just elected a new president because our
Sue Johnson, right?
Sue Johnson,
Okay.
yes. Pat Brunette had been serving for a while and got term limited, but but Pat will still be involved. And so
it's a great group.
It's a great group of people.
They help the library a lot, and we're lucky to have such a wonderful group like the Friends. So, I encourage everyone, I know you encourage everyone to come to these programs. They can register online. They are free programs, which is great. And we do encourage everyone to come to the programs and learn all that is being offered. They're educational, they're engaging, they're a lot of fun. They can register on the website, novilibrary.org, or call 248-349-0720. And we appreciate everything that you're doing. So,
thank you.
Yes. Anything else you want to add?
No, just be sure to come out on Tuesday, September 23rd.
Okay.
Meet Mary Brady.
Great. Thank you, Kathy. I'm already looking forward to 2015 and what you guys have in store. So
it's already underway.
It is, yes. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. You're watching Beyond Books.